Hi there, it's Becky Raisler. I have Becky's Journals on Instagram and on YouTube, and on Facebook I am at Rebecca Raisler, Rebecca Roesler, Rebecca Raisler, in parentheses Becky Raisler. That's how you find me if you do a search on Facebook. And today, if you've been following along in my 9 steps for making a journal, we've made the cover, the book cover. We made a hardback book cover. I'm using the Reader's Digest covers that I've been making. We've made the signatures, and we have sewn them in to our book. So now we are down to step 4, which is add interactive elements. And interactive elements are things like pockets, tuck spots, flip ups, flip outs, hidden paper clips, belly bands, anything you can think of that you're going to put things in or pull things in and out of, or open it up, or some way that you're interacting with the journal. The 5th step is add texture and lace to select pages, and I'm going to show you that today too. But today I'm talking about how I go through and do all the pockets as a step in making my journal. Now this is the one I'm working on right now. I love the color. I have been missing working with pink, and I have been playing with this one. I'm also still working on the blue one, which is my favorite color. And this one is a little bit further along, and I'll show you that one in a minute. But what I have done on this one is I have gotten to the stage now where I've got all my interactive elements, all my pockets and belly bands and flip ups installed. And then I went along right behind that, after I installed everything. I went and got all my color coordinated scrap paper and different ephemeras that I had. And I put something in each interactive element. I put just paper scraps, ephemera, pre-made decorated ephemera that I had, whatever I could find that I thought would look good with that page spread. And I just stuffed all the pockets and belly bands and what have you with that. Then I went back through and I took all the ephemera and I finished off the back. This one's just been solid inked. And I'm using Distress Oxide ink, a Ranger Distress Oxide ink, and a lot of the colors that I'm using Victorian Velvet a lot in this book, but I also am using Picked Raspberry, which is a brighter pink. But I've prepped all my journaling cards that I'm going to make. I've inked around the outside edges. This is made from a masterboard, a pink masterboard that I made on some pink copy paper. And then it's just a scrap cut down from that. That'll be a little journaling card that'll go in that pocket. And this is scraps of some scrapbook paper that I just folded up, trimmed it so it was even, folded up, inked around the edges, put a couple of stamps on the inside, gave it some little tabs so it'll be obvious what to do with it. And that is what I put in this pocket. And these pockets are this one is just, I didn't have many pre-made pockets in the color I wanted to use on this. So, and I wanted to coordinate with this gold and white cardstock that I had used on the covers for each signature. So I just used the cutoff from making the covers for the signatures. I just used the scraps and make pockets. And to make a pocket, all you do is cut yourself a rectangular piece of cardstock, the right size. I round all the corners and ink the edges, and then I put some lace at the top of it, and boom, you got a pocket. So it's not hard, not rocket science. The next thing I do, and I try to have an interactive element every 3 or 4 pages. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but in general, every couple of pages. In the very beginning, I like it to really give you a lot of kaboom, so my fancy stuff. This was from a napkin that I just collaged on there, and basically I just rubbed my glue stick. I have a good extra strength glue stick Elmer's makes, Elmer's Extreme, and I rubbed it on there and then laid the tissue down on top of it and rubbed it down with my hand, and then it's done. This pocket is a piece of vintage lace that I cut from a dresser scarf or table runner that I just cut it out and glued down on 3 sides. And then the paper that I put in it was, this is from Tim Holtz makes journaling cards this size and 2 sizes smaller that I really enjoy using, and I'll add fabric or something. This is a journaling card that I had pre-made that I had made with a masterboard, and this is a little tag that I just made. I just inked the back and rounded the corners and inked the edges and cut a hole, and then I've got a tag. And I'll go back through here now that I've got all my journaling cards and ephemera and everything set up in each interactive pocket. I will go through here and decorate everything, but right now I'm getting all my interactive elements in. And this is a flip up that I made with a scrap piece of cardstock that I had. I inked the back. It was white. I inked the back, and then all you do is just fold over a little edge and glue that edge down, and then you got a flip up. And I put a tab on it so it's obvious what it is and what it's to be used for. The next interactive element, let's see, go over a few pages, and here we have another one. I have a corner pocket that I made. This is a masterboard. Was made from a pink masterboard that I made. And here's one of the little tags that I had pre-made that was made from the same masterboard collection. Just another piece of cardstock ready to make a journaling card. And then this is a long, narrow piece of scrapbook paper that I just folded in half and glued down to make a tag. And this is what you do with those long, narrow strips. I rounded the corners, inked the edges, and boom, I got a journaling card or / tag that I can turn that into. Go back another few pages. Then we've got a belly band that I added and my journaling cards ready to make. Here's another one made with a long, narrow strip of scrapbook paper. And I'm showing you this because, you know, a lot of people struggle with what to put in their pockets and belly bands and what have you. And the belly band's just made with a scrap of paper, you know, that I had. And I'm using cardstock for all my belly bands because I have learned over time that if you use just paper, it's so thin that it'll start getting these little tears. When you take the things in and out of there, the edges will start to tear. So I use cardstock on all of them. This one is this fold out is an envelope, and I just trimmed the envelope flap down and glued it right there for a flip out. I glued another strip of scrapbook paper that I had in my scrap bag down as a pocket here. And then, so you've got a journaling card inside this pocket, And then you've got a pocket on the front and 3 little cards that I made. And this is another fold out. This is so simple and a simple and really pretty way to use up your scraps. I mean, if you're like me and you like scrapbook paper, I just love having scrapbook paper. And you have all these scraps, you might as well do something with them, and it looks nice. So you don't have to buy, you know, tons of stuff. You could make it with just simple paper scraps that you happen to have. And I put a tab right there on the edge of my envelope to make it obvious. Go another few pages in the book, and you've got another pocket. This one was another one made with a master board, and then all I did was glue it down on 3 sides and stick it in there. Now, I've not decorated any of this ephemera. I will. But I've got it all prepped, inked on the edges, scrapbook paper folded in half and turned into a tag. This is hand dyed that I did on some store-bought tags, and another hand dyed on a store-bought tag. So when I come back through here, I will decorate this whole thing as one spread. I will finish it off by decorating the ephemera and the rest of the page to finish it off. Here's the ephemera I chose for this. This tag this pocket is just another one of the scrapbook papers, and then I've got folded over paper scraps and cardstock. And I've got the back of that one stamped. And then I'll decorate this side and this as one spread so it looks coordinated. If you didn't catch it on the last one, this is hand-dyed paper that I did a video with the pink Rit dye paper, and I really am pleased with how that came out. And this is just collaged tissue paper on the back of the white back of a piece of cardstock. Here's another interactive element. This one is another pocket. This was an embroidered linen. It was some hand embroidered linens that are vintage that I cut with some fancy scissors. I backed it with white or kind of off-white cardstock because it was very thin, and it's easier to glue it down if you have cardstock on the back of it. On this, if your cloth is very thin, back it with cardstock, and it'll handle a lot easier, and it'll look better when it's finished off. And then another strip of paper folded over. This is just hand dyed that I had stamped. Okay, here's another interactive element. This one is a hidden paper clip, and that I made, that I had pre-made in my stash, and I decided that I wanted that right there. And then I've got some prepared tags to finish up there. And if you want to see how my tags look when I finish decorating them, look at the final flip through video. This is another hand dyed from that Rit dye. This is another one of those Tim Holtz tags, and this is just a scrapbook paper that I had. And I decorate the front and the back of my hidden paper clips. I do have a tutorial on making the hidden paper clips if you're interested. This is also hand-dyed paper. It's very light pink. This is just stamped on the back of that page. Here is another pocket that I put in there, and it's just cardstock. And then this pocket, I decided to go with all vintage ephemera. This is a vintage Easter postcard that I recently got. This is a recipe card that I had. That's a vintage recipe card that I liked in there. And this is a vintage plain card that I liked in there. And I liked it right. I think that's how I liked it. Okay. Another interactive element is, here's another flip up, done the same way with just a folded down edge glued down and a tab. And then what I will probably do is I will probably do, I don't know, some kind of collage or something on the top of this here. And then I'll leave this for writing space, and lots of writing space. I like to leave a lot of writing space. Now you can fill it all, the blank space up with photographs or quotes or writing, true written journalism, collages, whatever. This is just how I like to make them. Here's another belly band, just made with a piece of scrap. And I've got some vintage paper card there that I made from a greeting card. And this is just a simple fold out writing space that I haven't done anything to, and that I will decorate once I go back through it. Or I may leave it for the next person. I don't know. I'm not in any hurry to part with this one. I'm really enjoying this one. It's the color. It's that time of year. This is a corner tuck made with a die cut flowers. This is cardstock that I cut down to go in there. And then here is I may turn this into a corner tuck, and what it is a slide that I die cut. I have a die cut pattern for it, and I made this slide, and inside there is dried flowers that I put on the inside. Blank card there, and this is made from a wallpaper border. And it's just another little writing note paper. Here's the way that hand-dyed paper turned out. And in the back, I've got another fold-out writing spot and a journaling card to decorate. So I'm going to have lots of fun decorating on this one. I haven't added any trim along the edges. I like to put lace along the edges of some of the pages. I like the way that looks. And that is the next step in my steps of step 5, adding texture or lace to select pages. And that's what I do in step 5 to give me a boost. And this one, I have added that. And I have not, I've put the all the interactive elements, the pockets and everything are all in it. But I have not decorated any of the ephemera in the pockets and tucks. It's just like the other one. But I have come along and added some lace along some select pages. Maybe I wanted to extend some pages. I've added some fabric tabs on some of the pages. And this is what inspires me to open it up, and that texture really inspires me to get in there, and it helps me become more creative when I go to work on a spread. It helps me be more creative. So this is one of the belly bands that I put in this one. This one has some larger fold outs in it for secret writing spots. Here is a corner or side pocket that I made. This one, I'll start decorating the pages. I've This one is one of the last Reader's Digest where I had the original book block. So in this one, I have a lot of the original pages and illustrations from the original book in it. So this blue one, I don't in this one. This pink one I'm working on does not have any of the original book illustrations because all I had was the cover. I didn't have the inside. So this blue one is extra special because it's got a lot of the original book pages in it, and the original illustrations in it that I used. So I'll have a full flip through. Once I get through and finish this one, I will do a full flip through. But today I showed you what it looks like with, I'm getting towards the fun part now. This is just all fun and play. I've done all the hard work by building the book and setting it up with all the interactive elements. And now I get to add all the texture and collages and writing and drawing. Some people do artwork in their journals. Whatever floats your boat, no rules. And like this pocket right here, I will finish decorating this pocket when I work on the spread to coordinate the spread so it looks finished. Right now it doesn't look finished to me. And like this page doesn't look finished to me, but it's got an original illustration in it. And this one, all it has is just some journaling cards that I made tucked into that text. So I'll decorate up here and I'll do a collage or something along the corner down there, but I'm going to retain as much writing space as I can and in these journals. So whoever gets them next can do what they want to with it. All right, well look for the final flip throughs coming up in the next week or two for this one. And this one you can see individual pages that I've decorated in on my Facebook daily post or my Instagram daily post. And that Instagram is Becky's Journals, just like my YouTube. Please let me hear from you. I'd love to hear from you, and I really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. If you got anything out of this that you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.